All right, boys. So I quickly just cooked up this tier list for you guys while in between games. If you want to see more stuff like this, go ahead and check us out on stream where we make this live. But it was really fun. So this is basically my offlane guide for 7.28, but a really casual format. So the key items that are super good right now, basically every game you want to rush a Hood of Defiance. It's so broken if you get it early, you win your lane. Even if you're not getting pressured at all, you can go for the Ring of Health. Or is it Ring of Health really early on if you can get up to 800 gold without being pressured? Especially if you're in low MMR, no one's going to pressure you as much as they should. So you can start with your regen and then rush this as your first item you buy. Basically, every game you can never go wrong with a Lotus Orb and either a Halberd or Solar Crest. But also items that are really good right now are Greaves, Blade Mail, and the Strength Blink are like notable to me. I think situationally, drums are really good. Like if you need attack speed against Undying or Phoenix just to kill the tomb or the egg. A Vlad's is really good, especially if you have like an Ursa on your team who doesn't want to buy lifesteal but wants to rosh early, or if you have a Troll Warlord, same thing, or a PA. I think the new Ghost Shroud or the Shroud is really good. What's it called? Eternal Shroud. On heroes that need mana desperately and are going to spam it all out, like Bristleback comes to mind, because Pipe's really expensive now. I think Shroud is a better option, but most of the time you don't want either. I would say casual mech is decent, but most of the time that's a support item. But if no one's picking it up, then maybe you want to. And lastly, Crimson Guard is really situational, but against Lycan, who's really strong right now, I think Crimson's a great pickup. Okay, so if you're actually trying to play Dota, I think these three cheese heroes are super good. It's Timbersaw, Necro, and Batrider. If you know what a good Batrider, Necro, or Timber game looks like, go ahead and pick them. They're really strong in the meta. For those of you that don't know, Timber and Necro are really good against strength heroes and against Spectre. If you see that locked in, especially if you get last pick right now. Batrider, I would pick it if you see supports that can't deal with you, so that if you try to cut waves or just harass the carry, you're not going to be scared. Also, if they pick like a Monkey King or a PA that can't really deal with Batrider, you have a free game because they don't have the Purge. Uh, Besides cheese heroes, some really good strong ones are going to be Underlord. He's fucked. Just buy an Ados, guys. You'll destroy. Night Stalker, he absolutely destroys all the mid laners with his silence. So make sure you don't skimp out on that. I would take it at level 5 so that you have it when you turn level 6. And I would gank mid. Brewmaster is really strong if you know what you're doing with the micro. Also, rush the Ag Shard and the Ags. It makes your hero just constantly in ult form. You're strong. Go Vlads, go AC, just build auras. It's really good. CK, I always pick this hero when my teammate picks a stun in lane. So if they pick Lion, if they pick Lina, if they pick Mirana, I pick CK. I set up with my stun, they set up with their stun. First blood, dominate the lane. Lastly is Enigma. If you just want to be an absolute cunt, pick Enigma. You deny every range creep, and if you start all the way back where the creeps spawn, you can deny one of the melee creeps, block, and then deny the range creep when the creep waves meet. So that's 2 denies before the game even starts. The A tier are going to be heroes that are just generic. They're always going to have a game, but their game depends on how well they do in lane. So Legion Commander, obviously she's like Feast or Famine. She either dominates, gets dual damage, or doesn't. With the popularity of Ursa and Monkey King, a lot of these A tier heroes are kind of gone down in value because like Legion and Sand King don't really want to initiate on a Monkey King or an Ursa because they'll just turn and kill them. I think Mars is super good with the new Ag Shard, but again, Mars is so mana dependent that it makes playing him really tough, and you need a lot of space on the map too, so you don't always get your farm if you fall behind. Tide, I love playing Tide, but I think he's just a worse Underlord. Um, I would pick Tide if you really lack team fight, like you have no stuns and you just want an ability. You also need a frontliner at the same time. I think Tide's really good for that. Spirit Breaker is probably like the most meme one in the top. I think he's super fun though. You just rush Ags and you get the Ag Shard and then you get a BKB and like a Blade Mail and no one can go on you and it's fucked. Puck, Lesh, and Viper. Now these are all the same type of hero and they're kind of controversial because they're ranged and obviously they do different things. But the main thing to think about with these heroes is to pick it when your position 4 picks a melee hero. Puck, you're gonna pick him when you need disable, like fuck tons of it. Okay. Leshrac, you're gonna pick him when you need damage out the wazoo. Okay. And pushing. If you can't siege building, Leshrac is great. Viper, you're gonna pick in response to their pick. So he's a really good last pick when you see a Spectre, right? Or you see a Monkey King. The B tier heroes are kind of just not good right now, but if you like them, play them, they're not going to be the reason you lose the game, right? They're not griefing your team. Abaddon, Axe, Doom. Basically, Axe is too dependent on having a good game because if he doesn't have a good game or maybe he gets counterpicked in the game, he'll just die and then he ends up taking the space away from your mid laner and your carry. So now they have to make space for him because he's a liability. Same thing with Clock, in my opinion. Clock and Centaur are kind of liabilities if they don't win their lane because they have to farm their blink. They can't walk without it. Not Clock, sorry, but Centaur and Axe and Tiny too. The main thing about Clockwork is that he's better as a support. Like he's a good offlaner, but I'd rather have him as a support. Um, I think Hoodwinked and Veno are borderline griefing personally, but their win rates say otherwise, so pick them if you want. Oops. So the D tier are gonna be heroes that I wouldn't pick, just because either they're too hard to be good at, or they're just too unreliable. Like Beastmaster, he's good for pushing, but if you don't know what you're doing and your team doesn't take advantage of early map pressure, then you're gonna go late game, and Beast isn't that great. He just turns into another stunning hero. Dragon Knight, he doesn't die. If you just want to be a bitch and just not die, pick Dragon Knight. But as a hero, he takes too much space to get ahead, and he just is a blink stunner, so you might as well pick someone else that does the same thing, like Sand King or Legion. Earthshaker, Magnus, Elder Titan, all of them kind of fell off. Earthshaker's better to support. Same with Magnus. Magnus is just an empower bot. Earthshaker just needs a blink to function. And Elder Titan, he's good, but he doesn't have any reliable lockdown, so I don't fuck with him. These last heroes, honestly, are just dependent on, they're too hard to make work. Like Darkseer takes a lot of team coordination. Pango is extremely fucking difficult. Void Spirit's a mid hero, and Snapfire, he's a mid hero or support. D is griefing. Pick these heroes if you're tilted and you just want to have some fun, but you don't expect to win. Lastly, some things I want to put in your head. I don't want to try this shit, but you should. Is Prophet going Ags Rush? It's like an Ados, but it's fucking global. It's insane. Ench with the Ag Rush is super good. You don't die. So you just play him one lane all game and just sit there pushing it constantly. And then Phoenix with an Ag Rush. The same thing. You are going to get your Ags early, and you're going to have infinite damage. All right, boys, if you fuck with the tier list, go ahead and comment down below. I fuck with the tier list. Tell me which ones you want to see next, right? We could do any of them, or just come to the stream, type in the chat, yo, give me the safe lane tier list. I'll say, okay, I'll fucking abandon my game right there, and we'll start it up. We'll say, oh, you know what? Check out Juggernaut. So, other than that, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord. I'm still doing coaching, so message me on Discord once you join. And yeah, see you guys later. 'Cause I got you like you got me. When the earth shakes, when the bombs scream.